to Growing and Glowing Gracefully. My name is Megan, and today we are going to be talking just about a very important topic, and that is trusting God. And so I just want to ask you, have you ever been in a situation where you just felt like you were at the end of your rope, where you felt like you were just like, God, I really don't know where you're taking me. I don't know what's next. I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if it's going to be bad. Well, today we are doing a deep dive and just talking about what it truly means to trust in God and just being expectant of all the incredible things that can happen when you fully surrender to God. And so, if you are blessed by my video, I encourage you to hit the like button, subscribe so you never miss another video in the future. So now let's go ahead and get into it. So what exactly is trusting God? And so let's go ahead and get into it. So I have my Bible here. And so trusting God simply means just letting go of the need to control. And that is something that honestly, as I'm sharing this video, by no means am I the trust expert for sure. I absolutely struggle with trusting God. I struggle with um, just letting go of things and letting things happen on their own accord. So I just want to put that out there. I am not the trust expert, but this video is really just to talk about what it means to trust God and to fully surrender and some things that have helped me along the way. And so again, trusting God simply means letting go of your need to control. And so it's not always easy, but in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding, but seek his will in all you do, and he will direct your paths. Okay, so that's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And so I just want you to think about that for a moment. And so again, trusting God means giving him the will. And even when we can't see the road ahead, even when we can't see, again, if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad, or we just don't know what to expect right down the road, it's all about knowing that God knows best. It's all about trusting that he is a good God. It is all about trusting that he knows your heart's desires. It is all about trusting that God has the full picture. He can see the road. He can see the road ahead. He can see, something's about to come on the road, right? He knows the true intentions of people. So we may be, trying to go after certain people, or we may be trying to go after certain job opportunities, or, just whatever. God knows the desires and the true intentions of people and just outcomes. And so again, it's really trusting, it's really submitting, and just being at peace to know that, God's got it. God has the full picture. God can see and hear everything, and God knows better than you do. Okay? And so just want you to, again, just think about that for a moment. Have you ever experienced a moment when you trusted God and everything changed for the better? If so, share that in the comments below. So like I mentioned, trusting God is a daily battle, or it can be a daily battle. And so you may be wondering, how can you trust God, right? What are some ways on how you can trust God more fully? And so here are some 3 practical steps that have helped me along the way, and that includes surrendering your plans. So again, often we think that we know best, and so it's really surrendering our thoughts over to God. And so in Isaiah 55:8, it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways. And that is true. Like, I don't know how many times I've had an idea, I've had a plan in my head, and no, it just did not happen. God has his own ways, God has his own timing. But at the end of the day, I can fully say confidently that at the end of it, God's way was better. And I could not have planned it if I would have tried. So again, the first one is surrendering your plans to him. The second tip is to meditate on God's promises. So get in the Word, pray about it. Just meditate on His scriptures and just constantly remind yourself that He is a good God and that He has your best interest at heart. The third step is really taking small steps of faith. So this channel, again, is about living gracefully. So this is not a judgmental channel. We are all human. We are all flawed. And so I definitely want to make sure and encourage you that you are just giving yourself grace, okay? Because there may be some moments, some days, even myself, where I'm like, oh no, God, you got this. And I'm just, in the passenger seat, just feeling good. And then there's some days where it's like, I want to climb over to the driver's seat, okay? So again, just offering yourself the grace and the space to recognize that you're human, but it's really, again, just taking those small steps. Trusting God doesn't always mean that you're just taking this giant leap, that you're ready to just fall off the mountain and just fully submit. No, sometimes it's about just taking one small step at a time. It could even just be you just vocalizing, saying, God, I don't know where you're taking me. God, I don't know what you're doing, but I trust you. It could just really be as small as just literally saying, God, I trust you. And you just keep repeating it. God, I trust you. God, I trust you. God, I trust you. Even if you're not fully there, even if you're not 100%, you could be 10%, 20%. If you just take that small step of faith by just saying, God, I trust you, whether it's a new project, whether it's you trying to forgive someone, whether it's you are trying to pursue a new adventure, just simply say, God, I trust you. Or just pray about it. Just pray about it. Pray, while it could be small, it's also a big act. So again, praying about it will also help as well. So just to recap, the 3 practical steps to help you trust God more. 1, surrendering your plans to His. To meditate on God's promises. So get in the Word, pray, and then again, just take those small steps. Again, it doesn't require a giant leap. Just take that daily step. God, I trust you. And so once you take those practical steps, what happens? So what happens when you fully trust God? Well, a lot of great things, honestly. And I can honestly say that as a personal testimony. And just looking back over the years, thankful of what God has saved me from. When I wanted something to happen differently during that time and it didn't necessarily work out, but I trusted God. And again, me here today, I can say, nope, you knew what you're doing, God. You got it, you handle it. So what happens when you fully trust God is you just have this peace. Peace beyond understanding. Sometimes things can be looking crazy. Sometimes things, can be up in the air, or you just feel like you don't have all the answers, or they feel confusing sometimes, and that you just feel like there's no way out, or there's no way I'm going to get this deal. There's just no way. But again, when you fully trust God, you just have this peace. Some people may look at you crazy, like, girl, guy, like, why are you all calm? But again, when you fully trust God, you just have this peace about it. And in Philippians 4, 6, and 7, it says, promises that when we give our worries to God, that His peace will guard our hearts and our minds. Also, when we fully trust in God, you will receive unexpected blessings. Please believe me, you will. You'll just be like, oh, like that happened? That was around the corner. So that's another great thing that you'll receive when you fully trust God. And then also just spiritual growth. Again, just having a relationship with God is a daily journey, okay? Trusting God is a daily journey. So when you trust God, it really just stretches your faith and deepens your relationship with God. So those are just some really great advantages of what happens when you fully trust God. And again, that's that peace beyond understanding. That's that unexpected blessings. And then the spiritual growth, which is what it's all about. It's about that relationship with God. So I want to encourage you, if you have ever doubted whether you can fully trust God, I really hope today's video blessed you and that encouraged you. Again, this channel is all about continually growing, continually glowing, and also living gracefully and giving yourself the grace. Okay, I also want to just encourage you and to remind you that He is faithful, that He is a good God, that He has your best interests at heart, and just allow Him to do exceedingly and abundantly, because He can literally, He can change things in a second, in an hour, in a day, in a month. Okay, so I just want to just encourage you to let God be God, and that you can trust Him, that He has your back, that He's got you. And so I'd love to hear from you. How are you trusting God right now? Leave a comment below and let's encourage each other. Let's grow together in faith and with Christ. So I hope you found this video helpful. If it did, please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe and that bell so you can receive future notifications. As always, again, keep growing, keep glowing, and keep offering yourself grace. Till next time, thank you.